artificial intelligence in business. So before we go down this road of showing you guys all the cool tools and the great things that AI could do, I thought just to step it back and just have a real conversation about that. Not the hype, but just the honest truth. You know, we've seen excitement. We've worked with construction companies, architects, engineers, developers, and see all the interest in AI, but we've also seen where AI goes wrong. So I want us to talk about that, set the scene as we go through the tools you guys are going to see today. Just a quick question. Who in the last week used some kind of AI? ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, what's out? I was showing you up video. Great. So, my slides are all messed up. We'll talk to that. So the numbers don't lie. Currently, about 70% of all mobile devices have some kind of AI built into it. I think 1 in 3 professional services firms use AI. And the data is when we adopt new technology without doing it, when we adopt it informally, we adopt things without guardrails. So the whole process today is really look at what technology we want to adopt. We want to help you adopt these technologies better, but also with the correct guardrails as you take it forward. The mental model I want to place in your head today is that of a power tree. You know, a circular saw will saw something 10 times faster than a normal handsaw, but it will also take your fingers off the touch faster. You don't use it. I think the key here to remember is that, you know, AI is a power tool, but it's not a magic wand. So you've got to remember that you as the individual, you're using the AI, that's still responsible. You're the person signing on in the drawings. You're the person responsible for the calculation. AI does not know everything. AI protects, it doesn't know. The large language model will generate these answers based on statistically what should be following your prompt. So you guys have all seen social media about the best way to prompt something and give it a role, etc., etc. That's how large language models work. Hallucinations is part of the process. AI always try and be right. They might fabricate a sound script as well as prove itself right. And this has real consequences on real cases. A New York attorney, I don't know if you guys know about this, he used AI to help argue his case. AI made up some cases. He was found out. He is thoroughly being sanctioned. A Canada chatbot hallucinated that someone qualified for bereavement discount. The Canadian courts found that the airline had to pay out what the AI agreed to. And AEC, there's a risk, you know, if you draft a spec, if you put on safety for saying that you put on a design and you did not double check it, it's not the software company being held liable, it's not the AI being held liable, it was you as an intrusion. So hence why I said when we approach AI, just do it with circumspection. The problem is the data. Now, the amount of data we generate in the industries is a text. The problem is that our data are siloed, it's messy, things are symmetric, things are called the same thing. And the problem is with AI, I put all of this beautiful data in. It's not going to fix all this. The data is wrong, the answer will be wrong. All that AI is going to give you a far strong answer, not a slow, wrong answer. We do it. The difference is that as humans, we hate against this. We say, maybe I should just double check that. But we stop relying too much on these fast answers and we don't double check things. That's where the trouble starts. So where's AI of real value? I'm sure you guys can't see the green that's up there. But it's really just asking yourself about, you know, it's great for drafting something. Keep coming up with ideas, praise skill. You know, what's in that first draft of that document? High value. Areas where I will verify authority is when I do no data interpretation, any kind of interpretation of data, with human support, technical documentation. Get it right, but verify. Use it carefully in design concept generation, fine facing the process, just double checking. And if you played around with some of the videos or image generation, you get a guy with 7 fingers, or your hands for feet, all such. Just double check with producer. I think there's a classic case study about a Christmas mural, I think in December, that hasn't been in the UK. There's got to see that. So we actually did the details at the drawing. There's a lot of best stuff that was in there. Although we stand back, it looks fantastic. So very far. But note that USUM is required. You are going to use it for cup productions and for design. Stuff where your liability is very, very high. Don't just cross off there like that. So, 4 principles for responsible use in AI is that I'm going to start guys off with is, trust but check. Always check it again. Start no. Don't start applying it to everything. Find that one use case that you can really use it for, where your risk of failure is low, and you can really learn how a model works, what can do and can't do. Realize you're always liable. As a professional, it's your signatures, your stamps on that documentation. So it doesn't matter what tool you use, whether you use it manually or we use Reddit or whatever else. Ultimately, if something goes wrong, let's use a visual. And in the company, build a culture of verification. We run a company of 65 people. I'll tell you now, I probably have 65 different models of AI running in our company. Everybody's trying something. So put in the guardrails, put in the principles that people have to follow in order to use AI. Because AI is not going to take away a job if you use it well. But it will replace a professional who does it. The point is understand how it works, how stable it can be circumspect about its application, and use small case studies as you carry on moving forward. There's definitely a huge use case for it. Does the user understand what it is? It's prediction engine. Number 2, your professional liability does not transfer to the tool. Number 3, question of failure is where does it rate? Who cares where it rates? And what's the effect when it rates? So I'm going to leave you with some answers and really, really great tools coming out. One aspect I do want to note here, because the bug reminded me, so sorry for sitting there, is you'll find you're starting to do a lot of vibe coding. Anybody try vibe coding? You guys know what that is? It's using AI to code. So I want a little extra thing embedded quickly. I'm going to an AI, ask it, write me the code for this, my user, my models, it does. It's really, really great. It's really, really fast. However, there's just been a case at Amazon, but Amazon had to stop all of that. Of course, they lost like 1,000 man hours because a little piece of code came in and they just stopped the whole service. So again, he's coming back to get it out fast, but verifying before it goes up. So if you guys are going to be using data with stuff, really, really put in the process of verifying, checking, and if you guys need our help, we're here to help. We show you our brief approach, and recently thanks proof is every single day is zero stuff. Oh, questions, comments?